Good evening and welcome to another damn review show. I'm Paul Danino Braun, and I have no idea why you watch me. On the 1st of March, 1953, Joseph Stalin was found unconscious on the floor of his bedroom. Presumably in a puddle of his own urine, after suffering a massive cerebral hemorrhage. He would languish in this state for the next several days until his ultimate death on the 5th of March, 1953. A somewhat appropriate fate for this colossal bastard of a man. According to his daughter Svetlana, it had been a difficult and terrible death. Good. To put it less eloquently, fuck that guy. He was a total sociopath. Joseph Stalin was responsible for the death of like 6 to 9 million people. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, Paul, you're looking pretty cut. And this would be the subject of a fascinating film. First off, thank you. And secondly, Hollywood happens to agree because that is exactly what the Death of Stalin is about. If you hadn't guessed, based off the title of the movie. So with this dark subject matter, what kind of film is The Death of Stalin? A comedy, of course. Because comedy. In early 1953 Moscow, under the Great Terror's heavy cloak of state paranoia, the ever-watchful Soviet leader Joseph Stalin collapses unexpectedly of a brain hemorrhage. Inevitably, when his body is discovered the following morning, a frenetic surge of raw panic spreads like a virus in the senior member of the Council of Ministers as they scramble to maintain order, weed out the competition, and, ultimately, take power. But in the middle of a gut-wrenching roller coaster of incessant plotting, tireless machinations, and frail alliances, absolutely no one is safe. Not even the feared chief of the secret police, Lavrenti Beria. In the end, who will prevail after the death of Stalin? The Death of Stalin takes place leading up to and following the death of Joseph Stalin. It covers his council of ministers frantically trying to figure out what to do when Stalin falls ill, and the power struggle that immediately follows the death and funeral. With this film entirely taking place in the span of about 5 or 6 days, we get a great slice of these people's lives. It immediately establishes a very dark and very funny tone of these people's reality.
Oh, this is calamity. Calamity. Oh, no. Oh, he's on the floor. He's on the fucking floor.
Okay, be careful, careful.
Oh, what to do? Oh, what to do? My heart, it feels sick. Like it's going into battle. Oh. Which doctor have you called?
Oh, well,
The subject is currently under discussion.
yes, as acting general secretary, I think that, the committee should decide.
The committee? But our actual general secretary is lying in a puddle of indignity. I mean, I think he's saying, get me a doctor now.
No, I don't agree. I think we should wait until we're quartered.
Quartered? The room is only 75% conscious.
What Armando Iannucci has done with this film is taken the very modern, breakneck pace and comedic sensibilities, not dissimilar from his show Veep, and applied it to a historical political drama. This shouldn't necessarily work, but it does, shockingly well. I haven't seen a black comedy go this dark since In Bruges. The Death of Stalin does not shy away from the world it takes place in, and it certainly pulls no punches in its depiction of the atrocities of Stalin's reign. The film is expertly acted by its cast. Steve Buscemi, Jeffrey Tambor, Michael Palin, and Simon Russell Beale all turn in superb performances. The way they balance the dark, biting humor with the naturalistic dialogue is truly impressive. This film is so quick-witted that as a viewer you run the risk of whiplash. One of the standout performances comes from Jason Isaacs, though for reasons you wouldn't necessarily expect. It is Isaacs' comedic scenes that caught me off guard. I did not know that this man could be so funny. He's almost exclusively a serious actor, so to see him taking the piss with this role is quite excellent.
We need your help.
To do what? The body's piling up in the streets. A bit late, isn't it?
Well, what if we blame this on someone who's out of control?
Nicky, be very careful what you say next. Who?
Beria.
I'm going to have to report this conversation. Threatening to do harm or obstruct any member of the Presidium in the process of looking at your face. Nikita Khrushchev, you balls like Kremlin domes, right?
Stop. Be serious. Are you in?
I'm in. I thinks he can take on the Red Army. Germany, I think I can take a flesh lump in a waistcoat. No, it's got to be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Sorry, you busy washing your hair or what?
Tomorrow's the funeral.
Yeah, the day that the entire army's in town with their guns.
That's perfect.
But we need the Presidium on board, every one of them.
Yeah. Malenkov's a bit tricky.
No, we need all of them.
But I'll get him.
The bravado with which his character carries himself as the head of the military is just perfect. He's such a douche. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Its production design, its direction, the cast, the acting, everything here is good quality filmmaking. If you're into dark comedy or political dramas, I can't recommend this highly enough. This is a great palate cleanser in a world of explosion-filled superhero capers. Not that I don't love those too. And those are my thoughts on The Death of Stalin, a review that literally tens of you were waiting to see. With films like Avengers out there, clearly we needed to know what I thought about The Death of Stalin first. But in case my opinion wasn't enough, you can also catch my little podcast thing that I do with Dave Strano. It sucks. It's terrible. It's called On the Rocks. Don't listen to it. This is reverse psychology. It probably won't work. Alcohol's delicious. Also, be sure to check out the Q&A that we shot at the Alamo Drafthouse in New York. They were nice enough to let us shoot the Steve Buscemi thing, which is like, oh my god, Steve Buscemi. It took everything inside of me to not just scream, "Shut the fuck up, Donnie," every time he went to go answer a question. He was just too nice. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Well, ladies and gents, that is it for another episode of Another Damn Review Show. Because fuck you, you'll watch it. Oh, I forgot there was ice in that.